All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're going to talk about a huge psychological shift in marketing, a way to cut right through all the noise. We're looking at a strategy that forges such a strong emotional connection, your brand becomes like an essential ally in your customer's own story.
So let me just ask you this, straight up. In your marketing, in the stories you're telling, who's the hero? Chances are, without even really thinking about it, you're putting your brand, your product, or your company in that starring role.
And look, that right there, that's a fatal error. In a world where our attention is stretched so thin, trying to be the hero just adds to the background noise. It's the one big mistake that keeps amazing products from ever connecting with the people who need them the most.
Okay, here's a hard truth we just have to accept. Your customer is the protagonist of their own epic story. They're Luke Skywalker, they're Katniss Everdeen. They're not looking for another hero to admire from afar. No, they're looking for a guide, a mentor, who can give them the tools to win their own battle.
You can just feel the difference in energy here, right? The hero's pitch is all about us. It's basically shouting, look at how great we are. But the guide's call, that's totally different. It's all about you and the enemy that you're facing. It's not a pitch. It's an invitation to join forces in a fight that genuinely matters to your customer.
So this is the big idea, the core shift we're talking about. You have to stop being the hero and start being the guide. And what's the number one job of a guide? It's to give the hero a clear plan so they can take action. And that plan, it all starts by identifying a common enemy.
Now, I want to be super clear about this. The common enemy isn't about being negative or aggressive. It's actually an act of radical empathy. It's about knowing your customer's struggles so deeply, the things that keep them up at night, and giving a name to the source of all that frustration.
And that's why this is so unbelievably powerful. Think about it. The second you name an external enemy, you're looking your customer in the eye and saying, hey, this isn't your fault. And that one phrase, it changes everything. It gets rid of that self-blame and replaces it with this feeling of us against the world. And all of a sudden, your product isn't just some nice-to-have luxury. It's the sword they absolutely need for the battle ahead. It becomes a necessity.
Okay, but to really nail this, we've got to dig a little deeper. See, your customer isn't just up against one big bad enemy. They're actually dealing with 3 different levels of conflict. Let's break them down. So at level 1, you have the external enemy. This is the obvious stuff, the problem they can literally point to. Not enough sales, a website that's always crashing. Most marketing just stops right here. But honestly, that's just the tip of the iceberg. The real magic happens when you go deeper.
And that brings us to level 2, the internal enemy. This is what's happening inside their head. It's that nagging self-doubt, that voice whispering they aren't good enough, that crippling fear of failure. When your marketing can speak directly to that internal struggle, that's when you form a real, lasting bond.
And then there's the big one, level 3, the philosophical enemy. This is that huge overarching feeling of injustice. It's the belief that, it just shouldn't be this hard to succeed. When you can tap into that and you take on that philosophical enemy, you're not just selling a product anymore, you're starting a movement.
All right, so how do we actually use this? How do we take this idea and put it into our marketing, our copy? Well, you stop writing messages and you start writing a manifesto.
Look at the difference here. It's night and day, right? My method helps you sell more. It's fine, but it's passive. It's forgettable, but we've declared war. Wow, that has energy, it has passion, it has a clear villain. It invites your customer to pick a side, and they're going to want to be on your side.
And this is really important. Don't be afraid to take a stand. The best marketing draws a clear line in the sand. Over here, you've got the old way, the complicated way, that's the enemy's way. And over here, you have the future, your solution. By being super clear about what you're against, you create this incredible sense of belonging for the people who agree with you.
Okay, we're at the final piece of the puzzle here. It's all about building that narrative arc. See, it's not enough to just name the enemy. You have to take your customer on a journey, guiding them from their current pain all the way to a final, sweet victory.
This 4-step structure, this is your playbook. It works for emails, for landing pages, for videos, you name it. First, you agitate the pain. You remind them exactly how frustrating their current situation is. Then, you introduce hope. You show them there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Third, you present your solution as the one weapon they've been missing. And finally, you paint this vivid, irresistible picture of what victory looks like, the success and freedom they're going to have once that enemy is defeated for good. And that's the ultimate shift, isn't it? When you join your customer in their fight, when you declare war on the things holding them back, you're not just some salesperson anymore. You become a leader, someone they genuinely trust to guide them to a better place.
So your marketing, your copywriting, it's just completely transformed. It stops being about trying to persuade people, and it becomes an act of liberation. You're literally freeing your customers from the fears and frustrations that have been holding them back.
So I'm going to leave you with this one question. Take a good, long look at your customers. Listen to them with real empathy and figure this out. Who is your customer's real enemy? Because once you find their villain, you'll find the heart of your most powerful message ever.